Hello family, welcome to Sixth Sense Reactions. This channel is here to help people get back to reality. I am here to turn the light switch on where it is dark. Use your senses, let's get started.
Where the D.C. Council that passes the laws refuses to deal with the problem. And their lack of action creates an extremely dangerous situation for the people of the district and even the teens themselves. And as we grapple with this problem, there is one area that hasn't been discussed. Parental involvement has been a noted gap in any discussion. And I am here to say, as the United States Attorney in the District of Columbia, that ends today. Starting today, my office will aggressively prosecute parents under D.C.'s curfew law. And the specific statute that we will use is a violation of D.C. Code 22-811, and it involves contributing to the delinquency of a minor. This statute makes it unlawful for an adult to enable, facilitate, or permit a minor to engage in delinquent acts. The penalty is up to 6 months imprisonment. So if the evidence shows the parent knew, or should have known, or permitted, or failed to prevent participation, we're going to charge them. And if you drop your kid off and you fail to supervise them, or you let them skip school to join the chaos, you are going to face fines, court-ordered classes, and possible jail time.
For you bad kids out there, Washington, D.C. is not playing with y'all. Yeah, they are going to lock you up or lock your parents up. And for the parents, why is your kids out in the street during after hour and you don't have no idea on where they at or what they are doing? Or like, do you not have rules and regulation in your house that your teenager have to follow? Do they not know to be home at a certain time? And do you not know where they're going? They're a teenager. You need to parent your kids. Do not let them run wild. I know you have to work and do some other things, but you cannot allow teenagers to just run wild. They have to be home at a certain time. They have to do chores in the house as well. Parent your kid the right way. Do not allow the government to come and parent your kid or put you in jail for something you should have been doing as a parent. We need to start disciplining children, disciplining teenagers, and do not fall for the victim Olympics and all the other stuff. If you parent your kids the right way, this issue will not happen. We will not have teenagers out there just doing whatever they feel like doing or thinking that teen takeover is a good idea.
U.S. Attorney Janine Pirro has it right. So down there in Washington, she says she is tired. She's sick and tired of being sick and tired over y'all kids. She said that going forward, they are going to start prosecuting the parents. So if you don't know where your kids are, if you're not supervising your kids, you're going to face time. You're going to have to do courses or some classes. Y'all need to know where y'all kids are. And this is concerning underage kids when it comes to curfew. Y'all got to know where y'all kids are. Don't come with the, well, we can't watch our kids 24 hours a day because we got to work. You better know where them motherfuckers are. You better know where them motherfuckers are. Because having to work is not an excuse no more. Y'all kids are out here wilding the fuck out, and y'all gonna go to jail behind it. They need to incorporate this in all 50 states, not just Washington, D.C.
If anybody have a problem with what the mayor said, they are the problem. It is mind-boggling to me to not know where your kid's at. It is crazy that your kids don't have a curfew in your house. Are parents not informing their kids not to be outside past 7 p.m. or when darkness falls? If I'm at work or doing anything, you still need to be in my house at a certain time and stand firm. You cannot give birth to a kid and do not instill discipline within them. You cannot let them run wild like wild animals. Now we start having issue with law enforcement and other kids' parents. I do agree with her 100%. Parent, either go to jail for 6 months or face some time in jail. If you cannot discipline your kid, discipline your kid. The police, the law is not there to discipline kids for y'all. It got to be done in the home. This is not an excuse. Oh, I got to work. I got to do this. I got to do that. Make sure you have plans for your kids. Make sure your kid is in your house when you leave for work. If they're in school, they have to be in your house a certain time after school. Once again, put them in after school program. Call family members to help you out, but kids need to start getting disciplined moving forward.
So, if you live in DC or the DMV, you've probably seen this video.
Starting today, my office will aggressively prosecute parents under DC's curfew law. If the evidence shows the parent knew, or should have known, or permitted, or failed to prevent participation, we're going to charge them. And if you drop your kid off and you fail to supervise them, or you let them skip school to join the chaos, you are going to face fines, court-ordered classes, and possible jail time.
And at face value, it makes sense. But if you put the parents in jail, who gonna be watching the kids? If you can arrest a parent just because they should have known and they didn't, that sounds like a lot of kids who are not gonna have anybody to supervise them. If you're giving out fines of hundreds or even thousands of dollars, then it sounds like you're trying to punish poverty. You're not actually punishing what is being done. Because if a single mother who has to work 2 jobs to support her family has a son who goes out and does something crazy, and then she gets a fine that is more than her rent that she has to pay off, what you think's gonna happen? She probably gonna need to work more, which means she's also not going to be able to watch the kid. Again, I think parents need to be held accountable. A lot of issues with today's kids are because the parents don't want to do their job. But we all know that the threat of prison time does not stop people from doing crimes. And I'm afraid this is going to lead to a lot more mass incarceration and a lot more poverty in these communities if we just say we should do this.
Man, be quiet. These new age parents need to be taught lessons. You either discipline your kid or you go to jail. They're not trying to put them in poverty, like you was saying. They're just trying to make sure there's order and discipline out there in the street. And teenagers are not just out here committing crimes or getting in fights and destroying stores. If you are a single mom, who got you in that position in the first place? It takes 2 to tango. Why don't they have a parental guardian in their household when you head to work? You can also call people to help you out, like a family's member and stuff. You can drop the teenager off to their grandparents or put them in the after school program things at that nature, right? You cannot just allow your teenager to be out there unsupervised and not doing anything. This is what's been happening for a long time. And I hope it's not just Washington, D.C. They're going to do this stuff. I hope they try to do this in all the 50 states. Because these teenagers, these kids been acting wild, undisciplined, and disrespectful out there in these streets. They need to be held accountable, and the parents need to be held accountable too. If you're a single parent, make sure you have a plan for your kids. You cannot leave kids unsupervised. They have to be supervised at all times until they become adult. They do have multiple after school programs you can put your kid in to keep them busy and stuff. Most unsupervised kids do a lot of things that don't make sense. They usually do stuff that have to do with crimes and stuff. They are easily influenced by their peers and give in to peer pressure. So I agree with the mayor. It's about time they start stepping on the teenage neck and the parents as well, because the parents is the one that causing this issue to happen. Discipline your kids and this will not happen. Discipline your kids and you will not go to jail. Discipline your kids and there will be a brighter future for them. Don't spare the rod and spoil the child. Well, I'm all out, guys. Please like, share, comment, and hype this video if it makes you to think. Peace and love to all.